Right. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Contested NBA podcast. I'm Max Tepper. This is Ethan Cope. This is Alex Toma. We are hosts of the podcast that you are now watching/listening to. So, right as we get in, the NBA season is starting in just a couple days. We are recording this on Monday. What is the date today?
July 27th.
Monday, July 27th. So we are recording this then, 3 days out from the NBA restart since it got shut down from coronavirus. But this episode, we just want to recap the season, give you guys a little bit more context going into the playoffs for the 8 regular season games and then the playoffs. So, first, I guess, the big news is that the Warriors disbanded. That was one of the first things going into the season. And then the Warriors kind of became a shit show overnight, especially with, Steph missing.
Curry getting injured.
Yeah, Steph breaking his hand.
Yeah.
Clay was already supposed to be out for the year.
And then Draymond Green just kind of gave up.
Yeah, he fell off the cliff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Draymond Green just packed it in at some point.
But they found some really good new guys like
Andrew Wiggins.
Damian Lee.
Right.
Did some stuff.
Eric Pascal is a good one, yeah.
Smiley. Nah, I'm just kidding.
Smiley?
I'm just
I don't know who that is.
But, yeah, poor Warriors. I know you guys miss KD on the Warriors.
Nope.
No,
as much as I do.
I'm perfectly okay.
Speaking of Kevin Durant, the Nets didn't work out this year,
They
which
did
was
not.
expected because KD was supposed to miss time, but
Yeah, but not this much.
Kyrie also missed a significant amount of time, and now
And their whole team decided to not play basketball for the bubble.
Yeah.
So
On top of that, they had a lot of locker room issues with the coach, and then
Kyrie.
player media
KD
interaction.
and Kyrie already got Kenny Atkinson fired in their first year coaching him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
that was tough.
I've heard the rumors about Popovich to the Nets. I don't know about all that, but that ain't happening.
I don't think
That
that's
is not
happening.
happening.
I don't know. I hope it doesn't happen, and I hope this podcast ages well.
Yeah.
But anyways, what do we got next on the list? So to start off the season, we had
The Battle
Luka.
of LA, though. On
Oh
opening night.
yeah. The Battle of LA.
After-
yes sir.
Yeah.
But even though I don't
you
count
can
that
put
game.
that garbage down. Yeah, he doesn't count the game because they took the L.
No, I don't
But
count the game because I
there
don't know
you
what
go.
team was playing in the
Bam.
Laker jerseys, but
The
it wasn't
real
the Lakers.
23 in LA, the clutchest 23 in LA, underground goat, who will continue.
But
I'm
yeah,
not-
we'll continue this for the
Yeah.
Western Conference
I'm not a
Finals.
part
You
of
guys
this.
will see that. Yeah.
God. But so far, I would say the Battle of LA has lived up to the hype. I thought all 3 games were competitive for the most part.
I'd say the first one was not competitive.
Yeah,
I would say the first one was like the third one. It was close, like pretty much throughout, like the first 3 quarters. But then in the fourth and the first one, the Clippers kind of pulled away.
Well, I mean,
And
the
then in
Lakers. Sorry.
Last one, the Lakers pulled away late.
Yeah, I just feel like the Lakers, the first game, they didn't have like their identity. The Clippers brought back somewhat of a similar roster to last year, obviously with Paul George and Kawhi coming back.
PG didn't play
yeah,
first
he didn't play
game.
the first game. So, I mean, they already kind of had that grit and grind mentality going into it. Lakers were still kind of figuring it out.
Force fed.
I also think, yeah,
But
that's
then,
what I was
then
gonna
Christmas
say.
and then the game right before the season got shut down. Those were really competitive games. Those were really good.
Yep.
Next off, to start the season, after those games, Luka went on a tear, doing things we've never seen a second-year player do. And then Harden was posting Wilt Chamberlain-like numbers, and he was averaging 38 points per game for like a good part of the season.
Yeah, he's still averaging like 36.
He's still averaging 36.
Yeah.
He
But
started
he's
throwing up
been-
some bricks later.
Yeah, he's been a lot more
And the new
inefficient.
development has Westbrook taken over that team now later in the season.
Westbrook's been good.
That's how it's been since they traded Clint Capella away. Westbrook went on his tear.
Yeah, Westbrook
So-
is, in my opinion, I think Westbrook is like the second best point guard in the league this season, behind Damian Lillard.
I would argue Chris Paul in Oklahoma, but that could be another convo. For
Oh yeah,
another day.
yeah. No, I could see that though. But I think just Westbrook has been posting better numbers. Chris
Yeah.
Paul though, the fourth quarter numbers are insane. They have like that lineup, the death lineup of like him, Shea, and Dennis,
Yeah.
has like the highest
Yeah.
offensive PER or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah. And what else do we got? I would say another big season recap. Going into the season, I thought the top 3 teams would be the Bucks, Lakers, Clippers, and I still have no change on that.
Nope.
Yeah.
We also thought the 76ers would be better, though.
And they have not.
They're the 6th seed right now in the East.
Jimmy's decision leaving leaving for Miami seems to be the good one
Yeah.
so far. I didn't expect the Miami Heat to be better than Philadelphia at this point in the season. I thought Al Horford would actually.
I only expected. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off,
Yeah.
but I only expected the Bucks to be better than the Sixers. I had the Sixers being the 2 seed and making the Eastern Conference Finals, which is still possible, but
Yeah.
they're definitely not a 2 seed this year.
I think though that Milwaukee, and we'll get into this in the next episode, but I think Milwaukee should be most afraid of Philadelphia because Philadelphia
It should be.
their entire existence is just built on like stop Giannis, stop Giannis, stop
Yeah,
Giannis.
one freezing cold take I did have on the first podcast we ever recorded was Al Horford being the most impactful signing. Obviously, that has not has not been the case at all.
Yes.
Man.
All right, so next thing on the list, after a slow start, Ja Morant and the Grizzlies have been underdogs, and Ja Morant has led the Grizzlies, along with that young core of Dylan Brooks, JJJ, and Brandon Clark, to an 8th seed in the West, and they're looking, they do have the best chance of remaining in the playoffs, but we have yet to see.
Yeah.
But they've been so fun to watch.
And no NBA person, including us, predicted that the Grizzlies would make the playoffs.
Nope.
Or even
Absolutely
have a shot at it.
Had that, and I think going into the bubble, they have less of a chance to kind of secure that 8 seed. But like towards the end of the season, it looked like they were pulling away from whoever.
Yeah, because I think a lot of people have forgot about that. If the 9th seed is within like 4 games of the 8th seed, they still have that play-in tourney.
But the 8th seed only has to win 1. So.
Yeah.
But
it's looking likely for the Grizzlies, but I wouldn't be surprised if it didn't happen.
Yeah. Which we'll get into another.
Yeah.
God.
Also, the Thunder. I think there was
another
one stat
surprise
that said
in the West.
Yeah, it said something like
definitely biggest surprise.
0.7% chance of making the playoffs, and yet
0.2.
0.2.
0.2. That's 0.2%.
It's good for them.
My boy's making me proud. CP and SGA.
Yeah. No, they've been great. They've been fun to watch. I love watching underdog teams.
I like seeing CP back in prime form.
Yeah, that's what happens when you go away from Harden. You become more happy and more basketball friendly. So, yeah, that's what it is.
What else? Dwight and D Rose. They're both players who have had rough spots in their careers. Just want to shout them out for kind of making a comeback. D Rose obviously has been playing outstanding basketball, though on Detroit
he's stuck on a bad team.
Yeah, he's stuck on a bad team.
But that's what it is.
I mean, he was a huge trade deadline target for many teams, but he didn't want to leave, and he got his wish. And then Dwight Howard is making a great impact on one of the best defensive teams in the league, making hustle plays, overall just being a really good teammate.
Great shot blocker, really solid defensive rating.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, shout out to both of them. Also, another thing, Damian Lillard got hot at the end of January, beginning of February. I don't know. What was he averaging?
He was averaging like 48 and 10.
I was going to say, like, it might have even been 50, but, like...
Nah.
No, it wasn't 50.
40.
It was 40.
Really close.
Grant sent it a couple of days ago. It was like
really
48 points and 10 assists and like 6 boards through like a week and a half of basketball.
Yeah. I mean, it was insane.
Yeah.
He tore up the NBA completely.
The Blazers are looking spooky as they see, possibly.
Mm-hmm.
We'll get into that next episode.
And yeah, another big thing this year was the East has finally stepped up its competition.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the Pacers won't have Sabonis, but
the Pacers overall have recovered really well without injury. I mean, with injuries because they've
Depot's back.
Depot's back. And even without Oladipo, they've been playing really well.
Yeah, Malcolm Brogdon stepped up very well for the Pacers. TJ Warren's solid.
Yeah.
Miles Turner is solid.
Yeah, they're solid. And Sabonis stepped up as well.
That's what they are.
They're
a solid-ass 6 seed.
Yeah, no, and shout out Nate McMillan because he's done a really great job.
He's not the coach of the year, but he definitely deserves some honorable mentions.
Yeah, and then so another big thing was the new All-Star format, which I think was a huge success in terms of making the games way more competitive.
The only gripe I have against it is winning the game on a free throw.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. It was a cool format. It was more exciting than past, but...
I think, if anything, at that point, they should just inbound the ball and let them shoot for it.
I was going to say, new rule next year, no free throws in the last 2 minutes of the fourth.
Yeah, just have people inbound the ball.
Street ball pickup. Let's get it.
So then just some things I want to list off that happened during the season for the culture. Just funny things that happened. Dion Waiters at the very beginning of the season ate some bad gummies and it was just a weird story of like
Didn't work out.
It didn't work out, and then he got dropped by the Heat, and then picked up by the Lakers.
Picked up by
recently.
your Los Angeles Lakers.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I mean, that was just a funny story that happened. That he didn't even want to snitch on who gave him the bad edible either. So
Respect.
yeah, Dion's a real one for that one. Embiid had a interview with Rachel Nichols from The Jump, in which he said, "I'm not going to get into any more trouble this season." And 2 weeks after that,
proceeded to fight Karl Anthony Towns.
he got
And
into,
it wasn't even like a couple shoves. Like they
Yeah.
literally fought,
they
like
were
dragging each other
Ben
to the
Simmons
ground.
decided to. I think he put someone in a headlock.
He put
put
Cat in a
Cat in a
headlock.
Yeah,
But I think Ben Simmons came out and said like he was just trying to calm him down,
Mhm.
and that it wasn't like intentional to even put him in a headlock in the first place.
yeah.
sure.
It's
okay.
But that's
I
just
mean,
a
either
really.
way.
I think the funniest part about that fight is like just where the camera is. The camera's like not focusing on it. It's like focusing down the court, and all of a sudden the camera just looks up,
I think
and
the
then it's
funniest.
just these two like big ass
Yeah.
dudes.
I think the
just
funniest
going-
part is just the irony on Embiid's part.
Why?
Oh,
Just because he said, "I'm not gonna fight anyone,"
Oh, yeah,
and he
yeah,
just,
oh, yeah, yeah,
or he's
yeah,
like,
yeah,
"I'm not
straight
gonna
up
trash
fight.
talk. I'm gonna be
Yeah.
humble this year," and he gets in a fight.
but
Uh,
against Karl Anthony Towns, who he's had some choice words for
yeah.
in recent years.
Embiid's had choice words for a lot of centers.
That's true, but Cat has been high on his list for a while now.
Yeah,
And the next big thing, another robbery in the dunk contest, the rigged dunk contest.
oh
yeah.
yeah.
Dunk contest was interesting. I think it was a great dunk contest overall.
It was
especially
it
the
was
finals.
it was really good.
It was
But
hard
as
to
Aaron
choose.
Gordon said, I'm not doing another one, and he shouldn't do another one.
No.
I honestly think it should have been a tie. I think
Aaron Gordon should have 2 dunk contest wins under his belt.
Probably.
Sorry. I think he outperformed Zach LaVine, and I think he definitely outperformed Derrick Jones Jr.
Yeah.
But
I don't know why
but,
people
I mean, you
think-
got to think about it. You jump over Taco, that really means something, you know.
That's a 50. That's
Yeah,
a
that's
50.
it.
There's
It's
no.
a 50. It was Dwayne Wade rigging it for his Miami friend. It's okay,
The thing
though.
is, though, all of media puts it on Dwayne Wade, but there are 2 other people that gave it a 9.
Yeah, it's just Dwayne Wade's a heater for life, so he'll get some of the blame.
Yeah.
And then last but not least, not as uplifting as the other ones for the culture, obviously the tragic passing of Kobe Bryant and Gigi. We've had another tragic passing in basketball with Jerry Sloan, who was the famous Utah Jazz head coach who led them to 2 finals appearances, then lost both against Michael Jordan. And I don't want to underplay his death, but of course Kobe...
We saw the impact it had on LA.
right.
The whole world, almost.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the entire world stopped for that. And, we just, from here at Contested, we just want to commemorate his death.
And David Stern.
And David
David
Stern as
Stern.
well. You know.
Yeah, David
Another
Stern's
big
very
one.
So
important.
really, it's been a heavy year for basketball. Definitely an entertaining year. I think we
Yeah.
should just list off some of our award predictions. Just a
Yeah,
few.
I think we can all agree Giannis deserves MVP. If you look at the numbers, just more points per game, more rebounds per game, more
Yeah.
steals, blocks,
And also, it's
more
good
efficient
to note,
field goal percentage, better defensively. His team has the best record in the NBA. And LeBron's had a great year, but I just think all the numbers point to Giannis.
Yeah, LeBron started gaining some steam towards the end.
Towards the end, because
Towards the suspension,
And also, there's also it's good to note that these last 8 regular season games, they already said it has no impact on
Yeah.
the award
Yeah.
races. So whatever happens in those 8 games,
I think if
in individual stats,
Yeah, I
perspective,
think
it
if
doesn't matter.
the last 8 games matter, then LeBron could have had a chance to pull out MVP just because of the
Yeah.
whole story of like coming back with the Lakers. But since that doesn't matter, I think the award goes to Giannis.
Yeah,
And also another thing to point out is there was a comparison I saw somewhere of like just every stat, every like major stat, including like a whole bunch of advanced stats that show a comparison between Giannis and LeBron. And Giannis is
he's
It's
has
just
blowing him
he
out.
Right, he has like so many. LeBron has like 4 on Giannis, and then Giannis has like another.
The
14.
analytics love Giannis this year. So
What?
I said
yeah,
the
yeah.
analytics love Giannis,
especially
because
because he's having
he also has the
highest PER ever.
Yeah,
And
I
I
mean,
think
he's
he's
averaging-
averaging less than 30 minutes per game too.
Yeah, he's
He's
averaging
averaging
31 points on 30 minutes played.
Yeah. Okay.
Dennis
which
Schroeder
is-
is a 6-man averaging more minutes than Giannis.
Yeah.
So that just says something.
And that leads us into the next award, Dennis Schroeder, 6th Man of the Year
Yes.
for me.
I think you could argue it, but I think I think Dennis Schroeder has been more impactful to his team this year than Lou Will and Trez. And I also think just he kind of has a story behind him. Like, the Thunder came out of nowhere and they shocked, like, the whole NBA world because everyone thought, oh, the Thunder are done. They're not making the playoffs because Russ and PG got traded. And now
I was going to say,
they're the 6th seed.
Call me biased if you want. I'm rolling with Trez. It could be Schroeder, though. But I would argue for Trez also because...
This man is biased as hell.
Oh, okay. Trez.
That's fine. I
Kawhi,
think you can make an argument
missing
for Trez.
what, like 15-plus games.
But,
PG missing 20-plus games. Pat Bev missing 10-plus games.
But even without Kawhi, the Clippers still have a bunch of firepower.
Yeah, but Shamet missing 17-plus games also.
Okay.
He's taking on a heavy load for the Clippers, and for some reason, Doc
Landry Shamet's like the 6th option.
Well, yeah, but he's probably their best sharpshooter coming off screens and stuff. Anyways,
Fair.
He's also, for some reason, Doc doesn't like Zubac or trust him enough. So Trez is out there
either.
just, hey, that's
Whoa.
your guy. That's your guys' fault. Zubac is an animal.
No,
But-
Zubac is so solid.
He's just solid.
We'll see
But
playoffs.
if you want to say Schroeder, yeah, I mean Schroeder also does have like the cool narrative of the underdog.
Plus, they're
But-
part of that 3-man lineup with him, CP, and Shea, and that it's been like one of the most effective like clutch lineups.
God.
You know.
Yeah.
So I mean, he's been a part of that.
As Lou said, if it ain't me, it's Trez. Should we go on to a different award, or do you want to keep discussing this?
I mean, yeah, I'll just give a
It's
special
just-
shout out. There's some other 6 men. Goran Dragic has made a really good impact on his team. He's been posting really great numbers. I didn't even realize he was starting for like most of the season, or that he wasn't starting. That Kendrick Nunn was
Kendrick
starting.
Nunn.
Yeah, but Goran Dragic has done a great job. Who else?
Marcus Smart.
Marcus Smart has been pretty good.
Bias. Nah, he's solid.
I don't think he deserves 6th man of the year, but I think he's like top 5.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, these are just honorable mentions.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who
Next,
would you guys say for defensive player of the year? I would go with AD.
I'm saying AD. I
could
don't know
see,
where
yeah.
the narrative that...
See, I don't think that's a false narrative, though. I think Giannis definitely has a case.
I think Giannis has a
win it.
case, but I think...
I would just roll with AD. I mean, the Lakers, I don't know where they are in defense, but I'm pretty sure they're top 3 defense.
Yeah, no, they're top 3 defense.
Top 3
And also-
defense. AD is definitely the anchor of it. I know they have like some other solid defenders. JaVale, Dwight, Avery.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. People say like Rondo is a good I don't know.
Not this year,
I don't
not
know
this
how
year,
great
not
he
this
is at
year.
this stage in his career, but
Nope.
AD has definitely been the anchor for the Lakers, and I'm pretty sure he's leading them in all stats too, except assist.
But Giannis does have the
Yeah.
analytics.
He does have the analytics.
But like,
Also, the Bucks. I'm pretty sure the Bucks are the number 1 defense. Also,
yeah, just because they've been like blowing teams out of the water.
yeah.
Because they have like one of the highest.
So
It's
yeah.
interesting. It's close.
Yeah, I would go with AD.
But I think I'm rolling with AD.
But
like
if
you said.
Giannis, I think Giannis would be the next person to win MVP and MVP and Defensive Player in the Year in the same year, other than Hakeem and MJ, or since Hakeem and MJ,
Yeah.
I should say.
something, yeah. it's definitely
So yeah,
but
I could see that.
all I'm gonna say is if Giannis takes MVP and Defensive Player of the Year, you already know LeBron and AD are gonna be primed up.
And Kawhi's just gonna be waiting for them, right there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
in the
we
off
continue.
season. Got him.
I just hope the Celtics can make it past the Bucks.
Hey, they got a shot. That's all I'm gonna say.
Thank you.
What now?
Rookie of the Year?
Jaw.
Clearly,
And-
Ja.
If you think Zion, I hate you.
Well, hey, in the notes over here we got clearly Ja stopped smoking crack.
Clearly,
Which is true.
Ja.
Because, dude, I mean, think about it. Ja Morant led an underdog squad up to the playoffs, and he played most of the season. He played over 50 games.
He's the number 1 option. That is not... Like,
It's
you
not
can't
even
argue
close.
that.
It's not even close. And the thing about Zion is he's been back for 20-ish games, and the
19,
Pelicans have about like a 500 record with him, which
No,
is
Ja's clearly the rookie of the year.
Yeah.
It's not even close.
yeah.
If
we
I
could
see,
debate who's gonna
if
be
I
better
see
in the
Zion
future,
win
but-
Rookie of the Year, I'm genuinely going to be pissed off because
No.
there's literally
They
no
can't.
reason
It's
for him.
It's going to be Ja. It's going to be unanimous. If some voter actually vote for Zion, their vote should be revoked. They should not be a
no,
voter.
there's no.
What
So
about
Coach of the Year,
Coach of the Year, I'm rolling with Nick Nurse.
I'm gonna roll with Nick Nurse as well.
Yeah, I
Second
gotta say Nick
seed.
Nurse.
But there's been a
Raptors.
lot of great coaching this year. I'd say Nate McMillan has done a great job with the Pacers not having their number 1 option. Obviously,
Coach Bo, as always.
Coach
Eric
Spoelstra.
Spoelstra is solid as always.
Um,
You want to give Frankie V a shout out?
I mean, I wouldn't say he's coach of the year, but
No,
he's done a very solid job with the Lakers. I'm very happy.
Yeah,
I'm
Frank
very
Vogel's
happy with
been
our
very
number one
solid.
seed.
Obviously, Doc Rivers and Mike Malone have been solid coaches like they always are.
Yeah.
Who's
Brad Stevens.
not?
There's just a lot of solid.
I think Brad
Thunder.
Stevens.
Who's the Thunder
Oh,
coach?
Billy Donovan.
Billy
Which
Donovan,
is funny
yeah,
because he
yeah.
always got like shit.
Yeah, Billy Donovan has been a very good coach this year.
Yeah, there's just a lot of solid coaches, but like Rookie of the Year and MVP, I think it's clearly like Nick Nurse. It has to be. They lost Kawhi.
And
They're
they're
the second
still the
seed.
2 seed.
It's a regular season reward. We could talk about what they're going to do in the playoffs or what they will do, but
Which we'll talk about.
but
Yeah.
he's the coach of the year for the regular season.
And then what else we got?
So now this is probably the award with the most amount of candidates available to it, which would be
Most improved.
Most improved. Which, by the way, I saw some people talking about Trey and Luka should be most improved. And I just want to say, second-year players should not win most improved.
Probably
That
not,
is
but
not.
going from a
That's just part of
non-playoff
the
team to
development.
an
It
MVP
depends.
caliber season is quite the jump.
It's still though.
Yeah.
But
I
I would
think
say the top two are Bam and Ingram. Right?
Bam and Ingram, and then I guess you
think-
can make a case for
Who
Devontae
else?
Graham as well. But Devontae Graham,
Yeah, he's on. a
Devontae
losing
Graham's
team.
probably like 3.
Yeah,
Yeah.
already better than Rozier. Crazy.
No, he
Honestly,
definitely is.
No, yeah.
Tatum at 4.
I could see that. I mean, he was starting to.
No.
emerge.
Jaylen Brown should be is a better candidate. for
Sure,
most.
but like Tatum started to emerge as a superstar before the shutdown.
Like,
he had those crazy ass games against the
February
Lakers
player
and
of the month.
Clippers.
yeah, but I mean Jaylen Brown has been super.
But
solid
I
all
would
year.
say just Bam because he might have like maybe in some eyes he might have not made like the biggest jump, but I mean when the Heat traded Whiteside, Bam became their starting center, and that just took him to a whole nother level.
That's true.
Uh-huh.
Oh, but also Pascal. You could also look at it like
He won it last year though.
I know, but he became kind of a nobody into a really solid second option or third option if anything, and now he's a 24 points per game scorer,
All-star
option,
starter. Yeah.
all-star starter, second in the East. So I mean, it's like it depends where you want to look because he won.
I just think it's because he won it last year and
But
he
he
won
made
a ring
another
last
leap.
year.
I would say he
Like,
made
if he didn't
another
win it-
leap, but
if-
not like he didn't make like the
not
superstar
MIP
leap.
leap. Yeah.
But still, if he didn't make that leap if he didn't win the award last year, he would win it this year. Like if he didn't.
Well, I mean, yeah, because
Like if any other player went from 16 points per game to 24 and second in the East without Kawhi, they would win. They would be a clear front runner.
Yeah.
So I mean, Pascal needs some consideration, but
I think
I
he
can't-
definitely deserves some, yeah.
I honestly have a hard time choosing most improved between Bam, Ingram, I guess, and Pascal.
I think Ingram, just because Bam's been really good defensively, and him and BI both made the All-Star game this year. But I think the jump that BI made from being, I don't know,
like it was like questionable whether like he'll be
because he was getting
something.
compared to KD, like coming out of
Yeah,
like,
those are just
coming
like
into
the
NBA.
crazy takes.
Yeah,
but
I know, but like people were
But,
saying he could
yeah.
be the next KD, and then with LA, he really didn't do
He
anything.
had like a good run before he
No,
had
no,
the blood
no.
cloth issue towards
Okay.
the end.
People so sleep on this, and it's crazy. Towards the end of the season,
Yeah,
But that's just
LeBron's
one
first year-
portion out of 3
No, but
years he's played.
Okay, but he was starting to make that leap. That's
Yeah.
not fair because you're saying Jason Tatum, he just started playing really well. Like that's one portion.
Except at the
see-
time when you made like the Eastern Conference Finals, but other than that, yeah.
Okay, I don't want to talk about that right now. I'm just kidding. no,
That's
no.
the number one option
Yeah.
on
No,
a team that took
it's
LeBron
okay.
to 7 games. But it's
but
no,
I
it's
was about to
cool.
say
No,
with
it's fine.
Ingram, yeah,
No,
he-
because wasn't Isaiah Thomas also on that team?
No,
that
But
was
he got
the,
injured.
That was the
first
year
where
Kyrie was
and
injured.
Hayward were out.
that was the first
okay.
year.
But
yeah.
That's my
like
bad,
you
that's
said though, Ingram was starting to make a run towards the end of the year before he got the blood clots.
No, he was excellent. And plus, last year overall, he scored 18 points per game. People look at Kuzma as the second option, but Bi was getting 18 points per game.
Kuz.
And right before he was injured, I think like
But now
the
he's
few
averaging
weeks,
like 25.
and the few weeks before he got injured, he was averaging 26.
But I would also say I'm pretty sure he was like playing, unless I'm wrong. I don't think he was injured when the Pelicans started off really bad and they lost like 13 in a row.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
So then you also have to look at the winning aspect of it, and I mean, Bam has been on the most winning team while being the most improved. besides Pascal, but we already talked about that. But so I mean, in that case, you might have to give it to Bam.
Like Jimmy's like obviously probably the best player on Miami, but Bam,
arguable.
like you could argue, is like
he's been
Bam's definitely second
piece.
option.
To me, he's like I don't know, like he reminds me of like just a better, like bigger version of Draymond, like without a 3-point shot, because he understands like how to pass the ball. He's like one of those centers that you could give in near the post area, and like he understands what to do with it.
He's like Jokic, like his play style. He's not as good as Jokic.
He's not as offensively skilled as Jokic,
but his play style is like
very
Jokic's
smart,
play style.
high IQ player, and I don't think Miami would be like anywhere near they are without Bam.
Yeah, and shout out to Coach Spo for realizing that potential in him and not being afraid to lose Hassan Whiteside. He's a great rim protector.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean,
I feel like overall, through like, I'm trying to think of how to explain this, but I think overall, Bi's game has he's just made a larger leap than Bam has.
And also, I would say Bi's game is like more sexy to the like average like viewer.
Yeah,
it's more
he's
like
a bucket
scoring.
getter. He gets
it's
buckets
more
now.
Buckets.
I don't know about you guys, but Bam's game is like that whole like.
But he's not like He doesn't
I get
like
it.
put
He's not going to
moves
sell
on and shit
tickets,
like
but
that.
like he's what I look for, you know.
Well, yeah, that's what like Bam is like what a GM looks for to fans.
Like,
Bi is just like a hooper.
And
yeah, but
like Bam is like one of the bigger reasons that Miami is. I'm pretty sure they're undefeated against Milwaukee this year.
Yeah,
and it's because Bam is like one of those
Double
guys
check that though.
That could.
I don't know about that one, low key.
I'm gonna search that up, but because now I'm curious. I'm pretty sure they are, but Bam is like one of those guys that you need to like stop a Giannis, and like he like does it better than most people. Like he does it at the max you can to like stop.
I think there's a good case for both of them. I personally would just choose Brandon Ingram.
Yeah, let's see.
I'm undecided. But
I think
then again,
they are undefeated against Miami. Against Milwaukee this year.
Wow.
Beat them 131, 126 the first time, and then blew them out the second time, 89-105.
What?
Jesus.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Bam had
Why
a
did I not
bye.
know
That's
that?
what I'm saying. Miami. Yeah, Miami. Good stuff. Good stuff, Miami.
Maybe Miami is the Bucks' biggest threat. I didn't know that.
And that's the thing. We'll talk about this later, but like honestly, the Bucks could make the
Someone
finals,
play
but
the
if they
X-Files.
lost to the second round to Miami, I would not be like, what the hell just happened? Miami's
That'd be
legit.
a good story.
Miami's legit. That's all I got to say. Bam.
Wow, this is
most improved.
World. I never even realized. Someone played the X-Files theme song because it's like, you know.
God. But
anyways,
Bam's my
That's
pick.
interesting. I actually never knew that. That's crazy.
Any closing thoughts for you guys?
I mean, I think the teams I think the Lakers looked really hot going into the suspension.
Going into this, yeah.
But, I mean, they signed JR and Dion, but they lost Avery Bradley and Rondo, so it's kind of just like...
We'll talk about that in the next one.
Yeah. I was going to say, in the next episode, are we going to talk about teams that were looking good heading into the bubble and stuff, and talk about the bubble?
It's all bubble talk.
Okay, next one's all bubble talk.
So,
cool.
If
Well,
that's
I think
it for
that's
you.
it for me then.
Cool.
Yeah.
Alex?
Cool.
That's it for me.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. We'll talk about other stuff.
Alrighty.
Later.
So, you guys heard it here first. I'm Max Tepper.
I'm Ethan Cope. I thought you were going to say my name.
No, I was
intro.
passing the mic. All right.
And I am Alex Toma, your basketball historian.
All right. If you guys heard anything here that you would like to refute, please go. Oh yeah, just give me a sec. It's been a while, all right?
Just
so
contest it.
if you guys heard anything that you oh god.
Just contest it like Bam in the paint.
Fucking
There you
contest
go.
it, all right?
God.
like, share, subscribe.
Let us know any ideas you have down in the comment section too, if you're watching this on YouTube.
Yeah.
Bam. There you go.
See you guys
All
next
right.
time.
Catch you guys next time.